now, I think. Takes an awful long time to load. So Stefan is live in Club Messenger right now. There's no one watching yet.
I can see you just went live like a few seconds ago on Facebook, like maybe 10 seconds ago. Yeah.
Awesome. We like that stuff.
3 viewers. Good. Okay, so we're live. Jerry Moore.
For more results.
Hey, Jerry.
Like a few seconds. Correct. There we go. Awesome, man. I think I can just close this up and we can share this screen and then we can start. Nice. Jerry, what's up? I hope you're doing well, man. Let's see. We got 4 people on. It was exciting to chat with you guys again and talk about some cool stuff. That's me. See. Can you see my screen, Fauzi? Not sure if I still have Fauzi right here. It seems I lost Fauzi for now. Any guys on right now that want to confirm that you guys can see my screen right here? Can you hear me, Fauzi?
We can, yes.
Okay, cool. Yes. Awesome. There we go, guys. Rob, good morning. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Back home safe, or are you still at your traveling location? Hey Scott, what's up? Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, Scott says that he can see the screen. So
Okay.
that's good.
That's great. Awesome, guys. This is going to be a short and simple one. We don't have, for example, anything prepared in terms of a demo. Why? Well, the reason is basically because we don't finish the feature yet. It's in full development. I think there is now on this feature like Webviews. We're talking about Webviews, that is. I think there have been 5 or 6 different developers working on this during the last 6 months, if not more. I think 4 or 5. Right?
Yeah, yes, we have had a lot of developers working on this.
Yeah.
And anyways, the purpose of this live today is a Q&A. Sometimes we have a feature, sometimes we have a Q&A. Q&A sessions are small ones where we discuss about how you want things to be done, how you see it working for you, so that we take this feedback to our team while they are creating this particular feature in order to have it to have your feedback on it while it's being made, so that you can get something that is, or you feel that you took part on it as the feature itself.
Important for us. And so no, Jerry, that means that this is not Google Sheets Part 8. It's actually pretty funny.
No.
We actually are going to skip that those things. I mean, we really got for Google Sheets, we really got a robust integration going right now, and everything that's going to be added over time is something we're going to mention on Thursdays, which is Bug Day and Improvement Day, right? So each and every feature we now are going to improve, we are going to add that to the list of Thursday, and on Mondays, we are actually going to just release a new feature or a new integration. However, for this Google Sheets integration, it actually needed a little bit more attention because it was just a really big one. Right now, we actually landed up on a, how should I say it? Like a spot where we think it's, we're basically in a comfortable position right now that we add the new additions on Thursdays and not highlight those things again. I think we are going to add are not that big anyway. Yeah, so we are talking a little bit about Webviews today, and it's going to be an easy one, and we're going to stick around for any questions. It'd be about the Webviews itself and what they are going to be about, or any Clever Messenger questions, right, Fauzi?
Yeah. So probably before we start on this, we can just quickly ask the question of what are Webviews, if our customers or people who are watching this live right now know what Webviews mean, or have you ever even used your own custom Webviews? If it's the case, then please let us know so that we get an idea about how familiar you are with Webviews, so that you can either go fast or go slowly on the explanation right there. So I think we should wait for 30 seconds while the delay.
Delays, yes. It's always a thing if you're going to ask for feedback, we need to wait. Really cool stuff. Just taking a look at the thing. Okay, Rob, back home working hard. We'll talk about getting an expert on here that focuses on building conversational bots and any updates on getting that done. No, not really, Rob. It's something that's ongoing, and of course we need to see if there is a budget. And I don't want to have any person claiming who's a bot, basically claiming a bot expert. Yeah, there's a lot of fluff and other stuff out there. People just talking about fake stuff. Like, okay, here we are just getting some stuff. Rob is saying, I don't know what a Webview is. Not using Webviews. Intro, please. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, just to finalize, Rob, so now that's still an ongoing process, and I'm finding the right person to actually do that job. Not sure when that's going to be. It can be next week or in a couple of months. I just want to have the right person for that. And I just don't want it to be like a one-time visit, because bot building is, and especially conversational bots, is a broad topic. And I think if I get the right person on board, then it's going to be a series. So that's why there is a delay. On that note, Ian is saying no ID. Scott is saying Webviews like an embeddable browser. Yeah, more or less like that. Yeah. So that's some really good answers.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So what are Webview? Yes.
Before I just want to go, I just want to explain the agenda right here, Fauzi. So we have what are Webviews. We are going to talk a little bit about the current Webview setup in Clever Messenger and what it has been doing so far, or what you could have been doing so far with Webviews. We are going to introduce some new native Webviews. We are going to introduce a date picker, a date and time picker. This, for example, allows you to do easier bookings or have your customers select a date from your chatbot easier, in an easier fashion. We got the location Webview. And if you have been with us long enough, then you know what the location card is that you were used to. You could actually have a customer or subscriber, I should say, pinpoint their location via a Messenger conversation. And we had that card inside Messenger as well. However, in order to make the Messenger app more fast, Facebook actually decided to discontinue that feature. And therefore, we had to discontinue that as well. However, a lot of people actually think that is a good feature. So we are actually bringing it back with our own technology. And then finally, but certainly not least, we got a video playback, namely YouTube and Vimeo playback inside Messenger using Webviews, which is pretty unheard of. I've never seen people do this before. And I know you all like video and video marketing. So it's going to be a cool one to share. Then we are going to talk a little bit about what other type of Webviews you could see working with Clever Messenger. I do got some examples as a screenshot, but I want to ask a lot. Yeah, this is where we actually are going to ask for your feedback from the community to see, to get some more inspiration from you guys. What do you want to see in terms of Webviews? Yeah, so basically share your ideas, and then we are going to lead out with a Q&A. So again, let's dive in. And I wish I was that dude already. I'm so tired. I mean, I need to tell the community some really cool stuff, but right now it's not the place. Perhaps in 2 weeks, something
Yeah.
happening in my personal life, which I might share depending on the outcome. Anyways,
I like the last sentence. Depending on the outcome.
right? Yeah. I mean, Fuzzy obviously already knows, but we'll
I
see.
won't tell anyone
Yeah.
until
Take
we
a,
find the outcome.
we'll see. Take it away, Fuzzy. I got the definition right here
Mhm.
for from Messenger itself here on the board.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good explanation. So the Messenger platform allows you to open standard Webview where you can load web pages inside Messenger. This lets you offer experiences and features to your audience that might be difficult to offer with message bubbles, such as picking products to buy, seats to book, or days to reserve.
Mhm.
So the closest answer that we have is from Scott. So it works like that. So what a Webview is a web page that is loading inside your Messenger window. So normally while you are opening Messenger, it's all a chat conversation where you type and tap if you ask quick replies and buttons. But to give a richer experience, Messenger allows you to embed web pages inside your conversation. So if you were to offer someone a choice of your products and it's something that is a little bit hard to showcase in Messenger. Maybe you could use the carousel cards, but if you just wanted a richer experience, then you could embed your web page that has the products that are nicely laid out with your HTML designer or whatever programs do you have if you had a company that deals with products, or if you are using one of the third-party websites that lets you create products online. Then you could simply grab the remote URL and put it inside how we call it a web view, and you can right away offer your subscriber that rich experience of being able to pick a certain product from an HTML page. So in a nutshell, this is what it offers. It basically allows you to load any page, remote page, from Messenger. And it can be any 10 actually. And because it is very versatile, then it allows you uh, to have a lot of use cases that we're going to go through. So
I actually
the
got a
thing
use case
about
coming up as well. Like, I want to create a. I already got the idea. I think I already mentioned it to you. Basically, booking a call, for example. I'm just waiting for the web views to be released so I can actually add that to the mix.
yeah.
And just a small tip of the curtain, I guess, lifting the tip of the curtain. I'm actually working on a training video series for you guys, and one of those things is working with web views and booking a call using the date and time picker and moving that to a software or an app like Calendly or Equity, for example, where you can book in calls right away from Messenger, which is pretty neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Faisy said, it's very versatile. His example, my example are just two examples from the billions of examples we could actually showcase right here. Uh,
Yeah,
version.
and yeah, we're currently allowing you at Clever Messenger to use web views by using the visit URL cards, where just like Stephanie showcasing here, where you could pick the web view size and you specify the URL, then we load the URL for you inside Messenger with the size that you specify. So with that said, for you to use web views, you have to have a remote page, either a website or whatever page that
Right now.
sure. Yeah, so you have to host it yourself, or if you use a third-party service to host it, then you provide the URL for this. Now our idea is to make life more easier for you guys so that you don't have to deal with the stuff. So we're going to compile a list of web views that are natively integrated with Clever Messenger so that you don't actually have to host anything. You simply drag and drop, for example, a products card or a date picker card or a booking a call cards, just like Stefan mentioned on their example. And we will automatically host for you that web view and we will load it and we will just deal with everything. You won't even feel what's happening in the background. All what you will see is for example, a date picker where you can book your flow, or a products page where you can choose your products so that you can make the experience even better for your subscribers. So that's the idea with what we're going to do for you here.
Yeah.
And this is why we're calling it native web views, because they are natively coming from Clever Messenger, and you don't have to actually do any extra work for you to have those.
You don't need
Those
to hire a
views.
new developer to build the web view for you. You don't have to worry about that developer coming up with some stuff that actually is not even close to your initial idea.
Yeah,
We basically do some templated work for you, and you just drag and drop a card like you are already used to doing to
yeah,
the card, and it actually already works. And
yeah.
the editors and everything happens right there on the composer itself. So
Yeah,
that's
and even more than that, we also save the inputs that are actually being typed or inputted by your subscriber. So if you had someone to book an appointment, they select the date via the web view, and we already save that value inside the custom fields that you have for your chatbots. So even that is already taken care automatically, and you don't need to do any extra work for this. And this is the actual
And what's cool is
added
we also
value.
got it for videos, right? I think
Yeah,
you mentioned something about the timestamp where they actually left the video.
yeah,
So imagine there's a 5-minute video, guys, and the visitor or the viewer rather is actually watching the video till the 4-minute mark and drops off because life gets in the way, cat jumps on the keyboard or whatever. At that moment, they are dropped off, and we can actually track that, and your chatbot, Clever Messenger, can actually capture that stuff. So let's say that is a sales video, for example, and your pitch is actually happened in the last minute, but they dropped off. This way, you can actually tag them and direct them again to that specific part of the video, so that they don't have to go through the entire thing, and you know exactly that that group that dropped off still needs to see your pitch. So it's little nifty things and clever things like this that actually that we think is going to take your chatbot building and chatbot marketing to the next level, as well as the UX Fauzi has just talked about. Like if he's talking about it right now, I can already have a clear vision on what it's going to be like. It's probably going to be more like a card like the Ask For card, Fauzi, I want
yeah,
to say.
indeed,
Yeah.
indeed.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Nice. Where you pick,
exactly.
you have the title, drop down with the custom field you need to choose, and your yeah, the rest of the setup that is actually needed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Nice. I should become a developer then.
You're learning fast.
Cool. But yeah, just quickly back, guys, and perhaps I do want to do a little demo, Fauzi, because Rob is asking something. I could see something right here. What's the difference between a web view and just using a URL card that directs them there? Good question, Rob.
So the first difference is what we talked about, is you are able to save inputs right inside your chatbot custom fields.
Yeah.
This is one big
Because
thing.
basically it's an, I think it was Scott who said that it's like an embeddable browser inside Messenger. And since it's embeddable, and since you can actually control that iframe, so to speak, we can capture that information and do something with it. Um, as opposed to just putting in a link, people will then be directed off Facebook, and
The
anything that
experience is
happens
disconnected.
offsite, we cannot
Yeah,
track it.
yeah, indeed.
For and that also helps. It's a general. Um, how should I say it? It's like if you are doing Facebook ads as well, if you're going to send people off Facebook, generally those clicks are more expensive as well, whether as opposed to keeping traffic inside Facebook or Messenger. So if you keep that traffic inside, also with web views, generally you pay less for that traffic as well.
Yeah.
So that's
And you saw
also
about,
another
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
this is also for conversions. If you are actually having a conversation with someone to maybe book a call for a demonstration of your products, and you're sending them off Facebook, then chances are that flow will not continue. I will convert less than what it would be if you just kept the whole conversation
In line.
inside Messenger. Yeah. And so, for example, you see here what Stefan is sharing. We still see part of the conversation, and we have a web view that is loads in right on the bottom,
Mhm.
where you can still have that feeling of you are still inside the conversation, but are making an action real quick on your web view, and you're going to go back to the discussion,
Yeah.
with whatever action that you've actually taken. So it's from a marketing point of view, it's more for a better conversion.
Of course, yeah.
Or
Because
yeah,
and if you are building funnels and if you're building bots, uh, I mean, at every step, people are going to drop off. It's just a
yeah,
given. And if you keep things in line, for example, everything in your chatbot, there's a way back. There's a bigger chance to just retain those people inside your conversation. Let's just imagine that a restaurant has a chatbot, and you can do a booking in chat, right? The moment that customer is given an inline stuff like an inline date picker, it actually helps them to do the job way faster. Right now, I suppose like I'm now just going to debunk our own templates. In our own restaurant template right now, people need to manually type in the date. And this is basically prone to errors as well.
yeah, yeah.
If you have a date picker, you people only have to pick the right date, and then you can still confirm it and all that good stuff. So this way you also get the good date. People don't have to go through back to the flow again and put in the right date. There's a lot of useful case studies for only this adding this date picker, and
Yeah.
we're not only adding the date and time picker or the date picker, we're also bringing back the location cards, the video stuff, and we got more stuff for you guys as well. So my question to you guys right now is, what other types of web views can you think of? I mean, share your ideas so we can actually create it for you. And to get you guys going, just take a look at this screen right here. For example, this is stuff we can build for you guys. Primarily the first two things, I think that's pretty amazing in adding that to your marketing arsenal as well.
Mm.
Um, like the first two cards are basically the same, but this is the first one with pictures and the second one with text. But we
Texts.
can also build one with video, right?
Yeah.
So this is basically an A/B choice. What do you think is the cutest? Are you going for kittens or are you going for puppies? Then you simply choose the one you select. And at choosing, like for example, when I took this screenshot right here, on choosing the kitten, because I do like kittens more than puppies, sorry. When choosing the kitten, it gave me this P, and it redirects me back to the chatbot. And that action we can actually record, and based off that action, we can base the entire flow around kittens and
Mm-hmm.
just sell kitten stuff and all that stuff. So we can actually use this setup for segmentation, and this is just one purpose, guys. And how we illustrate this, we can do it again with images, with text, or video. Then your attention on the right side, you can actually build entire carts and checkouts inside Messenger as well, which is, I think, pretty amazing. And obviously, this is something we need to really think through, because we want to make our lives easier over at Clever Messenger as well, as we
Mm-hmm.
do think about integrating with stuff like Shopify and WooCommerce. And we want to see how this actually plays together.
Yeah.
But this is something we can build for you guys as well, like a full checkout page inside Messenger, and that you guys can obviously edit. Very, very simple stuff.
Yeah. I was thinking also, while you mentioned these two examples of a polling Webview, where you can allow your subscribers to take part of a poll, and they see the results of what others voted as well when they take their action.
That would be really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So give me your ideas, because this is really cool. I mean, and I think I say this a lot, even in my in the copy. Um, you're only limited by your own imagination.
Hmm.
So that's the case right here. I mean, we can build anything, guys. So if it's cool and you got the users and community of Clever Messenger behind you, we definitely consider building it.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of comments. So Wasi says, by the way, from sunny Netherlands. I'm glad that it's sunny.
It's very sunny.
It's good to see you again as well. It's
Gonna
been a
be a
long
heat
time.
wave next couple of days. Welcome back from your vacation, Wasili. Hope it was good.
Mhm. Then we have from Rob. So if you use the example of Calendly, if we can put Calendly on a Webview, are they still not booking on Calendly? And if they are, how does Clever Messenger get the data? And what date and time they set up if it's done on another platform?
It's a
So
really
this
good
is
question, Rob, but you have to wait for the video. I can
well
give you an example right now, but
for Calendly, yes.
there's
I
two
mean,
ways, right, Fauzi?
yeah.
We can do a native integration, but we can also do, and this is something we probably are going to add, and then
Yeah.
everything will be inside Clever Messenger and in the Messenger chatbot in a different way. However, you can simulate like an inline booking with Calendly right now by using parameters in your Calendly URL. And how this goes, Rob, is basically asking for the user's email address, the booking date, and passing that as a parameter in the URL card, which is basically already available to you. And you are using the Messenger SDK set to true, meaning this then this approach also works on desktop as well. This way on desktop, you will get a pop-up over Messenger or Facebook, and everything is happening in line there too. I hope I explained it a little bit right there as well, but this is actually one of the videos I wanted to do and to demonstrate. So, and I think I'm going to release that next week anyway. So if you got the time, Rob, to have a little bit more patience, then I'll show how.
Cool. Thanks for the elaboration there, Stefan. So Scott says interactive videos. Can you elaborate what do you mean by interactive videos, Scott? Then we can come back to it.
We
Jonathan
did, on that
says,
note, if I just want to
yes.
intervene, we did a small promotion for Smart Video, which is basically personalized
Yeah.
videos, not interactive videos. And this is what we used in our promotion as well. So what that app actually could do, it could actually grab personalization tags in a similar fashion like the Calendly stuff, Rob. And we could then embed that video inside the
Webview.
Webview right here. And this thing right here, it actually
It's
grabbed
from us.
my, yeah,
Yeah.
that's because we don't have the YouTube or Vimeo example yet. We do have the smart video example. And it could actually grab my profile picture and my full name right there live on the video, which is really cool.
Yeah. Cool. So Jonathan says, great for real estate leads if you ask the right questions and then use the data you have collected. Yeah, this is one of the use cases as well. Is you can make a questionnaire out of this and just pull all the questions. That's actually one of the cases that we needs to be thinking about, Stefan. Is make those ask for cards more
elaborate. Yeah.
Yes.
And also check like what we want to do. We want to go into a way with Clever Messenger where we more or less throw the emphasis on qualifying leads and automatic sales,
yes,
right?
Indeed.
Then where Messenger actually lacks right now is that you can only select, for example, in a multiple choice answer is only one answer is only possible.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to see if more answers are possible for a certain type of question. Then I would like the user to have the ability to add more choices. And this is something we can actually add with Webviews as well. So again, I actually like that a lot, Jonathan. Using it for qualifying leads and survey purposes is definitely something that's on our list.
Yeah, it is. Scott says, write your own adventure, interactive stories. Yes.
Cool
Something
idea.
like, it's a good idea. Something like what used to be on those presentations as well. You remember? I forgot the websites, but
which one?
It was very trending at one time where you had PowerPoint, like PowerPoint presentations, and they were on a website, and you just scroll through that website, so that it's like an interactive video.
People used to do it with YouTube videos as well, and then the interactive story. I really like it.
Yeah.
We actually have a call with someone whose main software is actually selling interactive videos, so we might actually have a chat about that too. So that's cool. Yeah.
Rob says, would it make sense to use a Webview to create a flow that allows people to try out different templates to different niches, so a contractor can see the contractor bot and the restaurants can see the restaurants? Well, that's a very good idea, Rob,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that
not sure
you
how
don't
that
have
works
to.
I'm not sure how that works in a web view though.
It's like embedding a customer chat inside the Webview.
Yeah.
So
Is that even possible?
Well, something like this would be really, really cool,
Yeah.
because right now to preview different templates, you have to send the link to different pages, and it's a little bit of
Correct. Yeah.
So if we can make it so that in Webviews we can make it so that you can preview any page, and then you can just select the page on the card settings, that would be really awesome. Thanks for that, Rob. I think you should be thinking about it and planning it. Brian says, when are you planning to release this? That should be there within the next 2 weeks if everything goes well.
Yeah, and that is the first things, Rob. So or Brian, that was Brian, right? Yeah. So it's these things, Brian. So that will be the date and time picker first, and then I think location card and video and YouTube. Video, YouTube, and Vimeo playback as well. We do need to pimp it up in terms of styling, but the bare bones is already there. We got a cool developer working on this, laying the final touches on this stuff. So 2 weeks, give or take, I guess.
Yeah. It seems that we have a lot of questions right here, Stefan.
Cool.
So Rob says, I think creating an online order review for restaurants where people can order and pay online. Yes, that will be cool. But when it comes to payments and products, then it's something that, well, for products it's fine. But when it comes to payments, there, I think there we need to elaborate a little more and see what would be the best option to integrate with.
I would love feedback for that as well. So what I suggest is just to see the other live or the other web views first, so that you get a look and feel on how these are set up. And then from there, we can probably look at the checkout forms and all that stuff, so that you know how Clever Messenger deals with this. And then we can come to a solution that actually works for check.
Yeah, because what is also expected to come is that Facebook will have its own payment system inside Facebook itself. So this is why we sometimes don't think about investing too much time into integrating with other platforms at the moment, because we're pretty sure that Facebook is going to come up very soon with their payment system that just works right away inside the Messenger.
Yeah.
This is,
and they recently launched stores as well, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So that's something we need to look at as well as Shopify directly and native stuff. So there is a road cut out for us right there still, but we still need to walk it.
Yes,
I'm getting lost right here. Thanks for all the questions, guys. I really really love it. We actually planned to do a 30-minute session, but again, your feedback and all your questions, I love it.
Yeah, it's unexpected actually. All discussion about it.
Gives us some energy because we've been tired a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Awesome.
Cool. So it was a good choice after all, Stefan. Good. Then we have Jonathan says, also good to collect more data than the standard user inputs. Typically allows definitely, Jonathan. Yes, this is something we talked about earlier. Having inputs inside Webviews will give us richer experiences, and we can have even those multiple questions supported. Wasili says, yes, we still have 1 week vacation. That vacation is very long, Wasili. It just seems that it is lasting forever. I hope I can get also a vacation like this very soon.
We'll see about it. I wanted to.
We need this kind of vacation.
Decided to start using all the new stuff in CM. Yeah, well, we need you. That will be good to get some feedback off of you. Taking over right here.
Sure.
If we could create interactive video snippets to design an interactive interview that is directed by the interviewee's responses, this could automate the potential client qualification. Really, really cool idea, to be honest.
Yeah.
Really cool. Yeah. It's something we need to figure out, but I think that would be already possible with the setup we got in store. But that's something we need to find out once we do launch this new stuff. Jerry is saying, not sure if I'm way off, but is this a new way or different way for when I've set up Messenger to ask 6-8 questions to qualify mortgage leads? It's also asked to book an appointment along with 6 other qualifying questions that are for mortgage brokers. I'm not sure if I'm reading this correctly. I'm getting a little bit lost in your question.
Yes.
I think that is a typo. So ask to book an appointment along with 6 other qualifying. It's a different way of doing things, Jerry. I think that's what you're saying. A new way, it's more or less like combining things into a new way. I think we can even, if you are familiar with other survey software, you can actually embed that into a Webview already. But what we are going to explore is indeed a lead qualification kind of setup that allows you to do something in a Webview as well. And on that note, it's always a trade-off, I think. Once we do launch that stuff and it's inside Cloud Master, you as a customer have the choice to actually do it the conversational way or like a semi-conversational way where you use the Webview stuff. So that's basically giving you another option you can play with and see which works better for your mortgage leads. Wasili saying have some new chatbot stuff in the works. That's really cool. Rob is asking, can you put an iframe into a Webview? I'll let you take that one, Fazi.
Well, actually, a Webview is an iframe. This is what it is. So you just, if you wanted to put an iframe inside a Webview, what you would do is take the URL of this iframe and put it inside the visit URL card and set the Webview, which the SDK options to it, and there you go. So I think you're just getting here to the bottom of the story, Rob. An iframe is actually Webview, and it's the same concept. When you have an iframe inside the web page, it's like if you have Webview inside Messenger. It just loads up that URL inside the conversation, just like iframes load up the content of a web page inside another web page.
Yeah. This doesn't mean, Rob, that you need to embed or copy the entire iframe code and put that iframe code in the URL card. It doesn't work like that, but the iframe code usually has or always has
The source,
the website or the URL, or what Fazi is saying, the source. You basically only get that data, the source, the URL, including all the parameters you would like to add, and you add that to the URL card for now.
Yeah, and you need to whitelist the domain as well if you're planning to use the SDK.
The software interactor, well, that's actually the software we hinted at. We have a call with Ryan Phillips in 2 hours, so that's interesting. The software interactor uses an iframe if you know that software. So are you saying we can use this software in Webviews? Yes, you can. But not the iframe itself, but again, the source code with the parameters. So you can actually load that up already. That's already possible.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to private message me or use support, Rob, the iframe code, I can actually show that working if I got the time. I do have that call and I still need to get dinner. So don't hold me accountable if it's not possible. Okay, guys. So if you guys have any more questions or feedback, that would be great. Otherwise, we're going to sign off. But again, guys, this is the feedback has been amazing so far. Very cool points, very cool data, and I really like the survey one as it's in line with what we are going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to actually see this in action. The only thing I've seen right now, guys, is demos. But for some reason, I'm not sure why this for some reason is hard, or we are not getting this done. But and the reason that so many developers actually worked on this, it's weird, right?
Yes, but that's something probably internal.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but that it's weird. But that made me very curious to see what we can actually do with it.
Cool. Yeah.
Right, guys. So if that's it, then we're going to wave goodbye, I guess. And we did a 40 minutes. It's still not 30 minutes, but 40-minute session.
We're getting closer.
Yeah. But again, I'm afraid that once we do release the Webviews, for example, or reintroduce analytics, it's gonna be one of those long calls again.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, I want to thank you all, Rob, Jerry, Vasily, Jonathan, Scott, Ryan, a lot of people, Ian, a lot of people. Yeah, just one. Jerry, I want to thank you all for watching, interacting with us, leaving feedback, and I appreciate you all. Fauzi, you too, of course. No demo time for you this time. I think that was
too bad.
Yeah,
that's also good. It's bad and good at the same time. It's a mixed feeling.
Well, that's
awesome.
Okay.
Thanks for listening, Stefan. Thank you, guys, and see you on next Wednesday.
Sure. See you, bye.